Oh, yo, what up? Me hitting myself with a freeze pop. It was a pretty shitty day of work today. I'm just gonna recount the events as how they happened. First thing, I had to wake up at 5:30 in the morning to get to work at 6:30. Now, I didn't necessarily have to get up at 5:30 to get to work at 6:30, but, you know, that's what happened. I was awake at 5:30, so that's when I got up. Now, the day wasn't too bad. It was fucking hot all day, which is shitty, but it's summer and I live in a desert, so it's to be expected. Um, but it just it progressively went downhill because this week is the 4th of July week. Okay, being that my boss was like, you know what you do in 5 days over the course of the work week? You know how you do those buildings? Well, let's do those in 3 days. And then everyone was like, fuck it, we'll get Thursday and Friday off. But there's this guy on my crew, Tyler, and he's just like, fuck it, dude. I don't want just Wednesday or Thursday and Friday off. I want Wednesday and maybe even Tuesday too. So we get to like the second to last church. We only have one left, okay? Now, and it's south of our position. We're at the stake center, and he's like, well, do you want to go do those ones up there and then go do that over there? And I was like, well, what the fuck not? We could be a little bit ahead, right? So we go up and we do the first one, and I remember in my brain, because a lot of people at the church want to get their churches mowed later in the week. Because if you mow a church on, let's say, Monday, when Sunday rolls around, it doesn't look as pristine as it would, let's say, if you mowed it on Thursday or Friday. Okay? Now, so this guy, he's been freaking out. One of the group leaders has been freaking out that he wants his shit mowed later in the week so it looks better on Sunday. And my boss was like, yeah, we can't do a lot of these because he wants them mowed later in the week. Well, when I get to the second, or the two that we don't actually have to do, I think to myself, well, we're not supposed to do these. I remember specifically him telling us that we're not supposed to do these. So I thought, well, if we just do these two and then leave the other one, which is in the same crew, we should be about even, right? But they were like, nah, fuck that, we're going to the next one. And I was like, well, yeah, we're gonna go to the next. The shit, and they mow the shit. And so when I get done, I'm like, okay, well, we haven't talked about this yet. So I go out and I grab the tarp and I'm ready to dump my shit, because you got to dump it at the end of the day. I mean, you dump it throughout the day because it gets full, but you want to have an empty basket, because if you leave that shit overnight, it'll just get gross, and like sometimes it'll like actually stick to the basket, so when you lift it up, it won't fucking come out. It'll just be stuck in there. So, hold on, I need another little bit of freeze pop. So, we get out there, and they're just like, fuck you, we're doing another one. And it's not them that are saying, it's this guy Tyler. He's like, listen, it was your fucking idea to come up and do these, and you're already pussing out. And I was like, well, it wasn't my idea to do these. Well, Oscar's this fucking idiot guy. Shit, my boss is calling. Hello? Yeah. Hey. What?
They said I talked to the crew and they said you bring a truck and a walker home a little early.
Well, what happened was we were already ahead, and Tyler wanted to go do 2 more in Steve's, and you said that you didn't want us to do a bunch in Steve's because you wanted to do them later. I told him that. He told me that they were going to do them, and if I didn't want to do them, I should go home, so that's what I did.
Okay, well, I don't know what the problem between you and Loungy lately, but we got to figure it out. But I told him I did tell him I could put more than 20 down today. But they said they had a funeral of one of them, right?
Yeah, they had a funeral at 22.
At 22, so you went to go do another one instead?
Well, we did 2 extra, or we did 1 extra. We went and did the one by Steve's house, and then the one that's over by that one too.
Okay.
And they.
What bugs me is that I got a piece of equipment that they couldn't use that was on your truck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And last week or so, Lousy come and bitched to me about you and him, and he wants to be a boss. And I told him, I said, my God, there's only 4 of you.
Yeah.
Can't all be bosses. So, but I'm not jumping on you because Lousy don't have nothing over you. But you guys got to figure out how the hell to communicate.
Okay.
You can't be having spit thrown and shit, and one truck going home early when they got to have that walker with the crew. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if them guys are just trying to be jackasses, and Lousy just being lousy and trying to be a dick because somebody else is there to show off, like TJ. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I totally understand where you're coming from. So, on the same hand, you should just call me and give me a buzz. Because I'm not afraid one bit to put Lousy in his spot, but on the same hand, we can't be arguing and bickering over, one or two buildings who said this or that, and then sending, somebody proving a point and taking the equipment and go home. Either everybody goes home or nobody goes home, basically what I'm saying.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I don't know what you think I need to do with Lousy. If you can work it out with him, or what's the big step? I mean, is he just walking the system every day, or?
Well, I think he just always wants to do one more, and a lot of the time, I mean, a lot of people don't want to do more. And today, I really didn't want to do more, but I was down to do like a couple extra until I realized that we weren't supposed to do a couple extra in Steve's. And when I told him that, he like just got irate over it, and I was just like, okay, whatever. And then that's what happened. So I think that's where the sticking point is.
Okay, well, that's why I'm trying to work out a list. Last week the complaint was that you wanted to come home early a few days in a row, and and I started out the season knowing that every crew had to do X amount of buildings per day.
Yeah.
And then we started changing route, and everybody was mowing wherever they thought was the best. And then, then I never know what's getting done each day. So that's one thing that will take some confusion out of it. If I, say exactly how many need to be done each day. If some guys were trying to push, 2 buildings or whatever, I mean, they should have just, they already had 20 done, they could have went home. But also, there's no, if they want to do one more, and, talk for 30 minutes, I don't see a problem with, working. But if, Lousy, I can see him going off and just trying to be a show off.
Yeah. It wasn't.
That's why I don't like to send TJ with him, because then he thinks, whatever. I have a hard time just even socializing with Lousy, but I just, he just doesn't, communication skills are about none. So, yeah, but help me work it out somehow, you know what I mean?
Okay, well,
We'll figure out a list, and I'm going to make it clear to you and him. That's like this morning when I said Marcus Lousy, because he feels like his nose being tipped, and I never included him with all Marcus this, Marcus that. Like, I said, well, Marcus can lead a crew just as well as anybody. He goes, let's organize. I said, well, what do you want me to do? We only have 2 crews, and, there's only 4 or 5 people on the crew. Like, hell, well, everybody can't be leaders.
yeah.
We're all perfectly capable of working together. So, but anyway.
Well, okay.
I don't want you going home upset because of Lousy. He ain't worth it, to me. But I need you to help me figure out a plan to make sure things stay together. Somebody don't get pissed off and, But I think we can work around Lousy if we just come up with a plan. Marvin, if I'd say there's supposed to be X amount of buildings done, when they're done, then you can come home. I don't see, people don't need to be pushed one more every day. People like to know what time they're getting off work.
Yeah. Well, I'll think about, like, I don't know, some solutions if I can. But.
Okay. Well, just don't get frustrated with a problem like that. Just call me. But we'll work around and we'll try to get so many buildings done, and that's when we'll come home or whatever. But I always like to kind of be ahead just in case weather hits like last Friday. But
yeah.
We don't have no weather this week. But anyway, you know where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure you weren't upset because I appreciate what you do and the quality of work you do. So I don't want